What if the world's understanding of Johnny Depp is incomplete, not wrong in every detail, but flattened by years of headlines, courtroom soundbites, and social media verdicts delivered in real time? For more than 3 decades, Depp has existed. As a cultural symbol as much as a person, the eccentric artist, the box office icon, the tabloid obsession, and, more recently, the centerpiece of one of the most polarizing celebrity legal battles in modern history. Yet, reducing him to any single narrative misses the complexity of a man whose life and career have unfolded in public, while being deeply shaped by private struggles. Johnny Depp's rise in Hollywood was never conventional. He did not begin as a polished leading man molded by studio expectations, but as a reluctant actor, drawn to offbeat roles that reflected discomfort with fame itself. From early performances that rejected traditional heroism, to later collaborations with auteurs who prized oddity over mass appeal, Depp consistently chose characters who lived on society's margins. This artistic pattern matters, because it complicates the idea that he ever sought the kind of celebrity worship that later turned so sharply against him. Fame arrived, but it was never fully embraced. As his career flourished, Depp's personal life became increasingly visible. Relationships, substance abuse, rumors, financial troubles, and emotional volatility were reported with growing intensity. Over time, these stories blended into a caricature, the self-destructive star undone by excess. What often went unexamined was the broader context his upbringing marked by instability, his long-documented struggles with anxiety and addiction, and the pressure cooker of global fame that leaves little room for private healing. These factors do not excuse harmful behavior, but they do challenge the simplicity of moral judgments formed from fragments, the legal battles that dominated public attention in recent years cemented Johnny Depp as a symbol rather than a person. For some, he became proof of institutional bias against men. For others, a representation of how power can shield wrongdoing. The reality, however, was far less binary. Courtrooms are designed to determine legal responsibility, not to deliver perfect moral clarity. Yet in the age of viral clips and algorithm-driven outrage, nuance rarely survives. Depp's testimony, expressions, and even silences were dissected as performances rather than human reactions under extreme stress. What was often lost in this spectacle was the cost of being tried simultaneously by a court of law and a global audience. Careers depend on perception, and perception shifted faster than facts could be weighed. Major studios distanced themselves. Longtime collaborators hesitated. For an actor whose identity was tightly bound to creative expression, this professional exile functioned as a form of social erasure. Regardless of where one stands on the legal outcomes, it is difficult to deny that the punishment extended far beyond the courtroom. Another overlooked aspect of Johnny Depp's story is his relationship with art outside of acting. Music, painting, and literature have long served as emotional anchors for him. These pursuits rarely generate viral headlines, yet they reveal a man who processes pain through creation rather than domination. His peers in artistic circles frequently describe him as generous, curious, and intensely loyal, traits that rarely fit the villain or martyr roles assigned to him online. Such testimonies do not negate allegations or personal failings, but they do complicate the portrait the public often demands. Consistency from celebrities, while denying them the grace of contradiction. Johnny Depp has been reckless and tender, self-destructive and deeply devoted, arrogant and self-doubting. Like many people, he exists as a collection of opposing traits shaped by circumstance and choice. The insistence on casting him as either monster or misunderstood saint says more about collective discomfort with ambiguity than about the man himself. Reconsidering. Johnny Depp does not require rewriting history or ignoring harm. It requires acknowledging that people are not headlines, that legal outcomes are not full biographies, and that public narratives are often shaped by forces indifferent to truth. In an era where attention is currency, complexity is a liability. Yet complexity is precisely where humanity lives. If the world is willing to look again, without the need for heroes or villains, may find that Johnny Depp is neither what his harshest critics claim, nor what his most ardent supporters insist. He is instead a flawed human being, whose life unfolded under an unforgiving spotlight, reminding us that certainty is easy, but understanding takes work.